talk a little bit about how are we going to go about with this webinar. So first of all, I will be speaking, and then if you have any questions, you can ask me in the end. Like we'll have a question and answer session as well. And apart from that, if you want to know more about anything, you can just drop a message on the WhatsApp group as well after the webinar later on as well. So if you want, you can stay in the group, and that's how we can take it forward then. So I think so we'll begin, let other people join. So, okay. To people who do not know me, I am Maitri Bheda. I am the founder of Plants Academy, and I am actually in this space of skincare and herbalism for now 5 years. And during my research, since 5 years, I have actually been doing lots of research. I've actually been writing lots of notes and everything. And one of the major reasons why I planned to do this webinar was because of there's lots of misinformation that is going on today, like especially after like 2020 COVID thing happened. Most of the people were into started becoming beauty bloggers, started portraying themselves as an influencers and everything, and that led to lots and lots of misinformation. Now when I say lots and lots, that I would say around 90% of it is misinformation and 10% is actually what the truth is. So today I just wanted to share some major inputs when it comes to skincare. Either you're buying a skincare product or you're making skincare products by yourself. So there are certain myths, there are certain misinformation that we'll be unearthing today. We'll be talking about the some of the things that people keep talking about, and I don't know on what basis they do. I am sorry, I do not want to bring anybody else down, but I'm a little bit angry as well. So based on that, this is what we'll be talking about. So we'll be talking about actually the ingredients in skincare. Now, why ingredients? Your skincare product, take any product in the market. It could be cream, lotion, sunscreen, gel, serums, whatever products that you get in the market, they are nothing, but they are the combination or set ingredients makes up your product. Like there are set number of ingredients in your skincare. Combination of those ingredients will make up a certain product. Now, ironically, we might be thinking there are so many ingredients out there. However, we'll be learning today that all of your products, take any product, they are made up of 4 major ingredients. We'll be learning about that today as well. So how can you differentiate those ingredients? How can you understand what exactly is like there in your skincare product, and also understand how do we read these ingredients when you are buying them as well. We'll be also going through the claims that any company, any brand that these days claims we majorly buy any product based on these claims. Now, it could be either it's natural, it's organic. These are the high words these days. So whether the product is actually organic, whether the product is actually natural, vegan, some of the ingredients that are mentioned in the product that they claim to be, whether they are working on our skin or actually or not, and whether our skin also requires those products, those ingredients. So we'll be learning that a little bit. It's a huge science altogether, so I won't be able to go in detail in every one of them, but you will get the basic gist of how do we like choose certain products for your skin and skincare. So before me getting into the actual thing, I would want to ask from you all, how many of you have read the ingredients label while buying the ingredients? Like when you are walking down the aisle in a shopping mall or in a normal place, like in a normal shop, or when you're buying it online, how many of you actually read the ingredients label, and how many of you can understand that? If you can just type it in the chat box, that would be great. Okay, so Maitri says you have read them. Do you understand it? Shreya raises her hand. Okay, perfect. Anyone else? That's great. That's great. I mean, I will be surely telling you why we should not be buying it and it's better to make it. Basic ingredients, right? But so I have taken a liberty of, I will just share the content. So I have my iPad over here. I hope you can see, yes. This is basically what your ingredients somewhat like, your list looks like. This is somewhat one of the ingredients label is what I have taken. I have few more, we'll be going through that. Now, one of the major myths that I want to break here today is if you cannot read it, if you cannot pronounce it, don't buy it. That is absolutely untrue. Please do not go on through that myths. I mean, that claim or whatever it is that people are saying these days, please, it is wrong. The ingredients that are mentioned on the ingredients label or in the ingredients list that are basically made up of, sorry, they are known as INCI name, INCINAME. All of the ingredients that you see on your skincare product, they have to mention under the INCI name. Now, what is an INCI name? INCI name is International Nomenclature of Cosmetic Ingredients. All of the ingredients has to be written under INCI name. In brackets, you can write a general name. So what is this INCI name? So if you would have studied botany or if you know a little bit, all of the herbs like rose, flower, whatever herbs you have, it has its a common name and it also has a botanical name. Similarly, in cosmetic as well, it has a common name and it also has an INCI name. INCI name is standard throughout the world in a way, because whatever ingredient that is used in Japan to make it understandable, like Japanese might have its own name, but for a normal person in US also to understand, there is a common standard all throughout the world, so that anywhere people, whenever they are reading that ingredient, they are able to understand. Now, I know that INCI name itself, like they are very difficult to read, like that is how people have come up with the name. But the thing is, it is basically the INCI name, and these INCI names, yes, they are unfortunately very difficult to read, but that does not mean that they are chemicals or that like if you cannot read it, that means you do not use it. That is absolutely wrong. For example, shea butter. Now, trust me, I still cannot pronounce it. It is shea. I'll Google it if you want. If we in one of the places we also have shea butter as an INCI name. So if you, so one of the major myths that is broken today is if you cannot read it, it is still okay. There is nothing wrong in that. Major of the ingredients, which might be natural as well, but because of its INCI name or because of its botanical name, it is very difficult to pronounce. Now, another way, unfortunately, in India, we do not follow certain standard rules, standard ingredients, the way they are written, the way they have to be written in a way. Like I said, it is supposed to be always written in an INCI name. But in another way, we write it like this: organic almond oil, organic extra virgin oil, shea butter, cocoa butter. All of these are written in a way. Now, how many of you all get intimidated by, okay, before going that, I also have one of the important things that I want to show you. How many of you all know Kama Ayurveda? Or you have been using Kama Ayurveda products? Kama Ayurveda is one of the major skincare brand in India. Now it might be international as well, but Kama Ayurveda is one of the brands that is associated with Ayurveda, as the name suggests. However, when we think of Kama Ayurveda, what do you think of it? Like, what is it that you think of when it comes to Kama Ayurveda? What does that brand stand for? If you're buying the product, what was that thought that you bought? Like, whether it would be organic, you would be actually getting a natural based thing, or organic, natural Ayurvedic formulation, as Maitri says. Hey, we share a name. Right, it's organic. Now, organic is one of the major claims that most of the companies claim to be. Unfortunately, when I'll be talking about the claims in skincare, trust me, you are being, I would not call it cheated, but yes, you are being misinformed when it comes to more organic. So, coming back to Kama Ayurveda, this is one of the Kama Ayurveda ingredients list. If you can see, the second product in itself, I'm sorry, I'm just, okay, SLES. That is one of the major, it's a surfactant. However, SLA and SLES are one of the two major surfactants that has been now boycotted by the entire cosmetic industry. However, still we have been using this. Second is, if you see phenoxyethanol, it is a preservative. Phenoxyethanol, it's, I mean, being a natural formulator, being a organic formulator, natural formulator, I would never want to use, I even say to my students, I would never want to use a phenoxyethanol in my product if I am claiming it to be natural, if I'm claiming it to be organic. So it is really very important for you all to understand what exactly all of these ingredients stand for. Now, whenever you're buying a product, I would suggest you all to understand, like, you can just Google phenoxyethanol. It will just tell you it is a preservative, it is this and it is that, whether it's natural, whether it's synthetic. Yes, there is a little bit of research that also goes from your end as well when you are buying a product, because ultimately it is you who are going to use it on a skin as well. Apart from that, propyl paraben. Now, when it comes to paraben, I am not completely against it, because parabens are one of those ingredients that are actually naturally occurring. When you are having berries like blueberry or strawberry, parabens are actually a naturally occurring phytochemicals. They, like, we consume it in smaller amounts when we are eating these natural products. However, there is a huge hue and cry when it comes to paraben free. Having said that, being reading lots and lots of research about parabens, I am on the fence. It could be good, it could be bad, depending on what percentage you are using in your skincare products. Being a preservative, we usually use it between 1 to 2%. So if it's paraben, between 0.3 to 0.8%. So depending on the percentage the skincare company uses, comparatively it can be much more safer than the other ingredients that other people uses. So even sometimes if you're hearing it is paraben free, chances are that the other ingredients that are like present in your skincare product might be damaging your skin. And sometimes some of the products which might contain paraben might also be good for you. So again a marketing claim. Paraben free has become a trend right now, but not necessarily means that your product is actually organic or natural or like it's safe to use. So now when you are looking at these, all of the ingredients, like sometimes you really feel like, I was getting very intimidated when I am looking at these skincare products ingredients list. Like while buying, before I got into this, for like I got into like around 2017 or something. Before that, I was not at all into skincare. For me, it was just one of the random things that other people used to do. For me, a soap was good enough. After looking at the ingredients list, it used to be like, okay, there is some ingredients that are just mixed together, and we are done with it. However, and when I look at these ingredients and everything, it's a huge list altogether, like, thousands of ingredients put together under one product, and sometimes we are just lost. However, let me tell you, all of your skincare products, right from your balms, your lip balms, your creams, lotions, sunscreens, like I said, they are made up of ingredients, but they are just made up of four major ingredients. So I'll write it down over here. The first major ingredient are your actives. All of your skincare products are made up of actives. Actives are those ingredients that work on your skin. Without actives, there is no claim to the product that is made. Like, actives are the ones that solve the problem that a product needs to be solved around. For example, hyaluronic acid, all of the herbs, like, people claim, okay, this contains hibiscus extract, this contains rose extract, willow bark extract, different kinds of extract, different kinds of essential oils, different kinds of carrier oils, different like allantoin, panthenol. All of these are nothing but actives that basically work onto your skin to solve a particular problem. Without actives, your skincare product would be just as useless. So first are the actives. Your skincare product are made up of these actives. Second are your foundational ingredients. Foundational ingredients are your oil or butters. Now, when I say oil, these are not essential oils. These are your carrier oils. There's a difference between essential oil and carrier oils. Carrier oils are the oils that we use, basically the vegetable oils. Sunflower oil, coconut oil, olive oil, all of these are your carrier oils. You can use it at, like, directly use it on your skincare, wherein essential oil, you just use it in a smallest percentages of like around 0.5 to 2% in a way. But it is a carrier oils or your butter, shea butter, cocoa butter, all of these. And then there is water. Whenever you see any ingredients list, your ingredients would be either first water, then oil, or like, first would be oil and water or anything like that. But all of your skincare products will contain either oil, or it will contain water, or it will contain both oil or water. Foundational ingredients create a base. It gives a base to your product so that you can add other ingredients to your product, and it becomes easy for us to use oil and water, which are easy for us to like spread on our skin and all. So we have actives, but we generally cannot directly use actives on our skin directly. If not, we would be just using actives. However, for this actives, for it to directly, like, it absorb by the skin easily, for us to spread easily, we add them in the foundational ingredients, which is oil or butter or water. Sometimes when alcohol, nowadays alcohol is looked down upon. However, before, even in toners, especially astringent toners, people used to use alcohol as well. So, however, when it comes to natural skincare, we limit it up to oils and butters and water. So they are your foundational ingredients. Then comes aesthetics. Aesthetics, as the name suggests, these are the ingredients that will give a good look and good smell to your product. For like, whenever smell is one of the major things that people buy, for, like, they consider while buying. Like, whenever you are buying a product, I am sure most of us would be, the first thing that we do is we open the lid or something, and the first thing we do is we smell it. So the fragrance of that particular product is very important, even when it comes to marketing, even when it comes to buying, consumer behavior and everything. Smell is one of the things that people they base upon while buying. Like, that's one of the important factors to be considered while making a product if you want to sell it. And finally, you have functional ingredients. Now, before coming to functional ingredients, you can actually take care of your skin by just using actives, foundational ingredients, and aesthetics. When it comes to aesthetics, it's basically essential oil. Essential oils are the natural volatile oils that we get, which are actually natural in nature, and they give a nice aroma to the products. So we can actually take care of our skin by just using these actives. Now, when I say these actives, they are basically herbs that we find in our kitchen and in our garden. We can actually buy them: ashwagandha, licorice, turmeric. These are Ayurvedic medicinal herbs, or just normal random fruits or vegetables like lemon, oranges, grapefruit, pomegranate, papaya, pineapple. All of these are nothing but your actives as well that you use it on your skin. Now we cannot use it directly. There is a certain way that we use them, but yes, like for example, the peel of pomegranate. Just we ferment it in some ways. We add a little bit, either a glycerine or an alcoholic tincture, or just a normal vinegar based infusion, or an oil based infusion as well. Or some of the herbs we can also make a decoction. Similarly, in Ayurveda, what we used to have lots and lots of herbs, and we used to decoct it, and then we used to apply it onto our hair or onto our skin. So either it is infusions of these herbs in oil, or infusions of these herbs in water, and we can directly use it on our skin, on our hair. We can add a little bit of essential oil. For essential oil also have their own properties that they can impart, and also the fragrances that they can impart. So generally, in a way, you can actually take care of your skin just by using the herbs that you find in the kitchen, in the garden, anywhere in your vicinity. However, it is a functional ingredients that comes into picture and changes the product as to what we see today. So going back a little back in history, we actually have been using these, just the herbs and just oil and water and essential oil, from like longest time. And it is only during the World War I and World War II that this change into a skincare industry came into picture. World War I, World War II is during a granny and nanny times, that it was during that time that this change came into picture. That was also because it was at that point of time that mass production came into picture. One of the major things, that surfactants, the ingredient that we use to boost cleansing power, all of these ingredients came into picture because there was lots of limitations when it comes to soap, when it comes to hygiene purpose and all. Making soaps and all was very difficult, like to um, have the need. Like there was lots of demand in there, but the supply was very less when it came to all of these ingredients, all of these products. And that is where the scientific and technological developments that took place, and what we see skincare products is right now. So all of the other ingredients, whatever the products that we see, it is just in matter of 100 and 150 years that we have seen this development, and that we have seen this change. After that, most of the commercialization started taking place. We started women and men both started working at that point of time. The life became really very fast. Before, we really had a good amount of time to make all of these things at home. We used to 15 days, we can make these infusions. 3 weeks, we can make these infusions. Every day we can actually take a little bit of time to take care of our hair, to take care of our skin and everything. Nowadays, we do not even have time to just normally even oil our hair, right? And because of this, because of lack of time that is required to take care of our skin, because of the fast-paced life, modernization that took over after the world wars, that is where these ingredients came into picture. These ingredients now, natural ingredients, natural products, definitely have their own limitations. We cannot store them for a longer period of time. We have to keep making them again and again. The good thing is we'll be getting fresher batches every time. We'll be able to use fresher ingredients every now and then. But looking at the life right now, looking the way we are living right now, it really becomes difficult to use all of these in making, it becomes really difficult to make all of these things right now. And that's where the functional ingredients come into picture. Functional ingredients are those ingredients that helps in stabilizing your product, increasing the shelf life of your product. Now, you can, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. I do this at home. My father, he has a very bad dry skin. It is as good as a urticaria kind of a thing. So rather than actually making a product of combination of aloe vera and oil and calamine, what I do is my first layer is just aloe vera. Like I'll apply aloe vera first, and then the second layer would be calamine infused coconut oil. I can easily make a cream. I can easily add other different ingredients, make a cream. I can just take one cream in just one go, he can apply it and all. But this is a little bit of a lengthier process, which I would still, because in the night we have our own little family time. So during that time, just 5-10 minute goes. But it's a little bit of a lengthy process. However, like I said earlier, that people do not have time these days. And that is where the functional ingredients come into picture. By just adding these functional, I'll just first write down what are these functional ingredients. First is preservatives. Whenever any product contains water, any product that contains water or can come in touch or come in contact with water, all of your products will have preservatives. So here it is another myth that I want to burst is, if there is a product that contains it is preservative free, it still contains preservative. It is just that there are certain ingredients, there are certain preservatives. You can just claim it as preservative free, but if any product, if your cream, lotion, or anything that contains water, it will always have a preservative. Methyl paraben, propyl paraben, phenoxyethanol, all of these ingredients are nothing but preservatives. And a product with preservative is much better than a product without a preservative. You might not understand it. Our skin is where it has 3 layers. There are lots of things that are going within the layers of the skin. We do not know what is happening on the superficial layer. As much as you can say it is good and everything, but you do not know what is happening underneath. And we do not want bacteria, we do not want fungus, we do not want any of these microbial growths growing into a product. We might not even be able to see it from a naked eye. But if this bacteria, if these fungus or anything comes in contact with our skin, trust me, that is much, much, much worse rather than using a product with a preservative rather than not a preservative. So another thing, if you think that preservatives are bad, try using a fungus-based cream, or try using cream which is filled with mold and all of those things. Rather, you can just go natural. Like I said, like what I do, it is a tedious process, but you will not require a preservative. If you do not want to use any preservative based product, then you would want to go through that entire process of first keeping that water based product into either a refrigerator or a fridge. And that also, the shelf life of that product without preservative is just around 2 weeks, again depending on how much of the percentage of water is there or not. So if any brand that is claiming it to be a preservative free brand, then trust me, they are using preservatives. It is just that preservative, you have thousands of preservatives, you have different kinds of preservatives. In a way, it depends on brand to brand what preservative they are choosing. Similarly, in cooking, you have different ingredients, like some of the ingredients help in increasing the spiciness, like green chilies, red chilies, chili powder, all of these things. Like you have another different ingredients to increase sweetness or to induce sweetness. You have jaggery, you have sugar cane, you have sugar, normal, these things. Similarly, in functional ingredients also, now these ingredients are man-made. All of these, the above ingredients, you will find it in nature. These ingredients are man-made, and because it is man-made, there are different companies which will have their own preservatives as well. So best thing, check the ingredient name. I'll come to it. How do we do that as well? So first important thing is the preservative that is used in our skincare. Second are emulsifiers. Now we all know that oil and water do not mix well. However, when it comes to skincare, oil and water are the two major ingredients that helps in taking care of it. A dry skin, again, it's again a huge science. I would not want to get into it right now. But as in, like, usually it is said that dry skin is because हमारे अंदर जो sebaceous glands है, the sebaceous glands which are there in our skin, within our skin, which are responsible of bringing, like, making oil for our skin. The sebaceous glands activity is reduced, or sebaceous glands do not produce that much of oil. That is absolutely untrue. I mean, it's half information. Your dry skin is not at all directly related to your sebaceous glands. Your dry skin is related to something with your skin barrier. So I would not again want to get into details of that, but your dry skin is because of lack of water and lack of oil. Now we all know that oil and water do not mix. The oil creates, whenever you add water to oil or oil to water, there would be two separate layers created between oil and water. But when it comes to skincare products, again, before, we used to shake the bottle and use it, or before, like I said, go through the entire process, first apply the water. Again, why we need to apply water first and oil first is a science, altogether different science. But first apply the water-based thing, and then apply the oil-based thing. You can either go through that entire process. But now with emulsifiers coming into picture, emulsifiers are those ingredients that bring oil molecules and water molecules, they bind them together, and whatever creams and lotions you get, creams and lotions are nothing but oil plus water plus emulsifier. So your emulsifiers are those ingredients that again does not work for your skin, it works for the product. It brings your skin, oil-based ingredients and water-based ingredients together. Third are your surfactants. Now, surfactants are your cleansing agents. SLS, SLES, you must have heard all of these ingredients. Surfactants are the ones that help in cleansing the skin. Again, surfactant is a different study altogether. It is basically a molecule. Now, like I said, oil and water do not mix well because oil molecules and water molecules are different. But surfactant is one such ingredient wherein in one molecule, you have water-loving head and oil-loving tail. So surfactants can bring the water and oil together. Emulsifiers are also type of surfactants. But when it comes to our skin, we have two types of dirt, oil dirt and water dirt. Now, water dirt, we can easily wash it off with water and everything. But when it comes to oil dirt, we require certain ingredients that helps in dissolving that oil. And that's where the surfactants come into picture. So surfactants are those ingredients that you will find it in your face wash, body wash, hair, shampoos, conditioners, anything that is basically rinse off that you just apply, where anything that induces foam. Surfactants, like whenever you are cleaning your skin, there's lots of foam. बहुत सारा झाग होता है. It's it's a myth that lots of foam, that means lots of cleansing is happening, which is again untrue. If the foam is also not taking place, more the foam, it's the potent the surfactant is, in fact. So when it comes to now surfactant, it's good for oily skin. But if you have a dry skin, I would not suggest you all to use, like for me personally, I have a dry skin. So I will never use face wash, body wash more than 3 times a week, except for underarms or my private area, pubic area and all, which requires everyday cleaning. But my face, my regular body, because I do not need it per se, that much of oil, the surfactants will remove whatever less oil that I have in my skin. The surfactants are going to leave, remove it, and it will leave my skin more dry as well. So if you're using body wash, face wash, and if you have a dry skin, limit it to 3 to 4 times a day. It's like in a week only. Like you do not need it to use every day. These are just marketing gimmicks by the skincare companies so that you can use a product more, you can keep buying their products more, but you do not require all of these things. Then comes thickeners. Thickeners are those ingredients that make your skincare products very nice, luscious feeling. When you are buying a cream, that creaminess that is coming, that is because of the thickeners that people use. Then you have gelling agents. All of your gels, your serums, it contains gelling agents. And solubilizers. Now, solubilizers is also one of the important things that I want to talk to you about. In many of the skincare products, in many of the YouTube videos, I have seen people add essential oils in water and call it a toner or call it a washing agent. Yes, essential oils in water is good to use, but no, like you require a solubilizer, like people use a solubilizer. If you are doing that or if you've seen that, please do not follow them. I'll tell you why. Essential oils are very volatile in nature and they are very aggressive in nature when we directly use it on our skin. Never ever to use essential oils directly. Always dilute the essential oil in your carrier oil, not even water. So what happens is when there is just water and a little bit of essential oil, either you have to mix it well and then use it, or if you directly use it, many a times it might happen that only a chunk of essential oil will come. It might damage your skin, it might damage your skin barrier, and the product that you have kept, that will be less of essential oil. So always, like, solubilizers are kind of emulsifier that only helps in solubilizing essential oil in water. So just 1 minute. So yes, now these functional ingredients, when you look at it, your skincare products are made up of these 4 ingredients: actives, foundational ingredients, aesthetics, and functional ingredients. The top 3 ingredients, actives, foundational, and aesthetics, are natural. You can find it in your, like, they are herbs, they are plant-based, they are actually natural. You can actually find them organic as well. And there is no controversy as such when it comes to these ingredients. You can actually take care of your skin by just using these ingredients. And they work for your skin. We are using them to work on our skin. On the other hand, functional ingredients are the ones, like you can see, for preservatives, they are controversial. Surfactants, they are controversial. These ingredients is what is made for your product to look good, for your product to look very, aesthetically nice in a way. I mean, I do not mind having a bad kind of a texture or something if it's completely natural. Like, if people who are really want to get natural or really want to be sustainable or like really want to use an organic product, they do not mind using, like, we know that nature has its own limitation, but we know that it's natural. But when it comes to, like, mass selling, when it comes to mass products and all of these things, people, the companies itself, like, post about make, like, their product is really very luxurious, their product is really very creamy and all of those things. That is secondary when it comes to skincare ingredients. So functional ingredients are those ingredients that work for your product and not for your skin. And the major thing is, your, like, there are so many ingredients. Now I'll tell you, I'll give, like, once you understand this, you can understand your formulations. Now when it comes to product, what a product is for a consumer, a formulation is for a skincare formulator. So your any product, say for example, we can just formulate a cream right now. A cream is nothing but, I said, it's oil, it's water, and it's emulsifier. Emulsifier, here comes the first ingredient that does not work for your skin. Emulsifier does not just work. You either require a thickener. Now in thickener, it's also known as co-emulsifier. There's another one ingredient that is working for your product. Then you will require a preservative. Because it contains water, it always requires a preservative. And finally, there are some actives that we use in our skincare. So the total amount, the percentage of your actual ingredients that working for your skin directly reduces it down. And let me tell you, actives are one of the ingredients that are expensive in nature. Now, these companies do not want to use these expensive ingredients in your skincare products at a higher quantity. So now let's go back to, I'll just, okay. We can start with this. Can you see something over here as base QS? Most of our skincare ingredients, when you are looking at the label, you will always find there are actives present. These are your actives. Steam distilled rose water is an active. Steam distilled marigold water is an active. Neem infusion is an active. All of these are basically active. This is phenoxyethanol. And then you have base QS. Base QS is basically all of these ingredients, which are functional ingredients, oil, water, and all of those things again, which does not work on your skin. Again, this is, I think so, Forest Essential cleansers ingredient list. Again, this company has not given the entire ingredients list to you. It is just pulling you with the number of actives that it has present, and this 30% is, so say for example, whenever we write a formulation, we write it in percentages. Like how much of that ingredient will I be using while making 100 grams of product? Now I am just using 10 grams. In the entire 100 grams product, only 10 grams of my product is actives. And in the 10 grams of my product, 30% of this 10 grams is water, rose water. The rest is all water, normal water, plain oil, like other different ingredients. So this is how you can understand, when you think that your product is actually active based, it contains lots of actives, ultimately it's not the truth. Let's see the other ingredients list. Okay, this is Mama Earth. I'll come to it later. This is also base QS. Nobody gives a full. There was one. Okay, let's look at this. Now, whenever you are reading your ingredients list, it always starts from. This is better. Yeah. Whenever you're reading your ingredients list, it always starts from the percentage that is higher in your, it starts from the highest amount of ingredient that is present in your product to lowest amount. So the highest amount of the ingredient that is present in this product is water. Then this is cocamidopropyl, which is, I think so, surfactant. Then you have glycerine. You have sodium lauryl saturcinate, again that is a surfactant. So if you can see, first there's lots of water, then there is lots of surfactant present, and then later on over here you will see salicylic acid, ceramide, all of those things. These all are your actives. Now here is the catch. Anything that is below 1 or below 1%, any of the ingredients that are present in your skincare ingredient that is up to at 1% or below 1%, you can write it in a random way. I don't know. I had actually kept I think so. It might be in my laptop. I'll show it to you later, but I'll just finish this. Yeah. You can just name it anyway. So what do companies do is they will write all of the ingredients like the way it is written, aqua, water, and all of those things. And then they will start writing actives and preservatives and everything under 1%, it jumbled up. So you will get confused understanding, knowing that, so many actives have been used, but Unfortunately, all of those actives are below 1 to 1%. Can you imagine in the entire, entire product, the actives which are supposed to solve your problem, many a times those actives, for example, tea tree essential oil. Now, tea tree essential oil can only work onto your skin, which is between 2% to 5%. But tea tree essential oil, the actual pure tea tree essential oil, which is antibacterial, it is good for anti-acne. You would want to use it at a good percentage because you would want it to work, right? But it doesn't, because I mean, most of the ingredients like these things are below 1%. And that is how we get fooled. Kate, so many actives are present. That means this kind of a product is going to work onto our skin. But this is how the actual labels, misguide us. We might think that there are lots of actives that are present in our product and they're going to work onto our skin. The bad news, unfortunate news is they are not present in the actual quantity the way it should be present, it should be in. This is one of the ways wherein all of these brands, they claim to be our product contains so and so extract, our product contains so and so extract, but unfortunately it is only that less percentage of everything, all of your actors would fall below 1 to 1%. Now if you're a formulator, you can understand that if it is mixed up with preservatives or gelling agent like xanthan gum, so we understand okay, now the product are now like below 1% or 1% or below 1%, because that is how much of the ingredients that we use while making skincare products. So when I'm looking at it, I can understand over here phenoxyethanol is something that I will be using it at 0.51%. So anywhere over here, so salicylic acid is again 1% or something. So over here to here, starting over here to here, all of these ingredients are between 1 to 1% only. Can you see hyaluronic acid over here? This is the entire 1% bracket, 1 to 1% bracket. And this is how exactly one of the major things that I wanted to tell you is that even though your product, the brand that they claim that it contains so and so extracts, it might not be so that they are working onto your skin. Now, one of the major, when I say anybody, when I talk about this, that chances are that your skincare product might not be working for you, then the first major question that I get is, but hey, I applied this so and so, but I saw that it was working onto my skin. So here is the thing. Your skin has this amazing ability to heal itself. When you learn about process of keratinization, every 28 days, the upper layer of the skin changes. Like that is where the dead skin cells shed off and the new skin cells are made way. Every 28 days, you get new skin cells. Your skin has its amazing ability to heal itself. The skincare products can just aid the process, can just fasten up the process as well. But in a way, your skin can also heal, it can heal itself generally, definitely. Apart from that, many of the skincare conditions, for example, acne, pigmentation, they are basically also related to hormones. Because of the hormonal changes that takes place in your body is what is being seen onto your skin as well. So if the product might not be working for you, the skin's ability itself, to take care of itself might be working as well. Yes, not saying that all of the products do not work. Some of the ingredients do work, like salicylic acid and all do work. Not saying that, but just do not get into that entire notion of the thing that certain products might be working onto your skin as well. So this was all about the ingredients that we find, the ingredients list, how actives are there and everything. Any questions till now? After that, I will be going into certain claims that we make, that brands make, and also we'll be going into the part 2 of it. But before that, if there are certain questions that are there in the chat box. Apart from that, if you have any questions, you can just write it down in the chat box and I'll just get to it. Any example of solubilizers? Polysorbates. If you would have understood, if you polysorbate 80, polysorbate 20, polysorbate 60, they are all your synthetic polysorbates. Oleum 300 is a solubilizer again. It is an not eco-certified, it is a PEG base, but it is derived from olives. So considered to be natural, but again, it is PEG based. So these are the solubilizers that people use.
Is twin 20 and
Questions?
sorbate? Yeah. So is twin 20 also a solubilizer, or it is like?
If you are talking, if somebody saying something, I'm not able to hear.
Oh boy.
So I hope I have made everything clear till now. Should I go on to the next? Okay. At what percent hyaluronic 1% is the best, because hyaluronic acid has this amazing ability to store in one molecule. It can store up to 1000 molecules of water. Like one molecule of hyaluronic acid can store up to 1000 hyaluronic acid molecules. Apart from that, when it comes to hyaluronic acid, again, the absorption of it matters, the molecule of it matters. If people are using more, so you get 100 nano like nm, and you get 1000 nm, like 800 and 1000. Hyaluronic acid is found even in dermis area, and it is found in the upper, epidermis area as well, like your upper layer as well. Now both of them have different kind of a thing. Like up in upper region, hyaluronic acid works as a humectant. Humectant is an ingredient that helps in absorb, it has the ability to attract water, the moisture that is present in its environment, and it binds to the skin, thus hydrating the skin. So hyaluronic acid in the upper layers does that work. In the below layers, again, it is like a conservatory of water for our dermis area. It helps in it is a part of the entire matrix that is said. So if you are wanting to hydrate your skin within the beneath layers as well, then you would want to go with 800 nm. If you just want to have something which is a humectant base, then you can go up to 1000. Some people even mix it, but 1%. Maitri, if you can just drop down the message, because I'm not able to hear you. But let me just check if I can unmute you over here.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear or can you talk?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Not able to hear you, Maitri. I think it's better you drop down the message so it's easy. Okay, which preservatives you suggest we should use? GeoGuard Ultra is one of my famous one. It is an eco-certified preservative. Most of the preservatives can also be harmful to environment. I have not even touched that topic as to how many ingredients can be good for our skin but harmful to the environment. So GeoGuard Ultra is one such thing. It comes in powder form, but we can use it in different ways to mix it with glycerine and all. Apart from that, there's something called, I'll just write it down over here somewhere. SpectraStat is one of the, again, another eco-certified Indian-based preservative, works in good pH. So that is another preservative that I have started to like it right now. All this, well, please don't use Iscagard. Iscagard is one of the worst. Like if you have a product using is like that has Iscagard, please don't use it. Personally, I have like so many of my students have been using Iscagard. One of the major problems that I have found with it is the common complaint that I have after using the product, they get that stingy feeling. So that is because of Iscagard. So, and also it is not natural, it is not eco-certified. So I will never want you to use Iscagard, PEG, PHE, or whatever it is. Emulsifier, I would suggest go with Olive 1000. Great emulsifier, eco-certified, derivative of olive. UXLK 712 is also fine, sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate. So I'll talk about these ingredients later on as well, because there are certain people over here who are not formulators, and they might get confused. So about these questions, I will definitely take it at in the end. So if you have any questions with respect to any the ingredients list or anything like that, I'll take it. If not, we can just answer it. I'll answer the other questions later. So now in that case, let us go through the claims of our skincare product. Now, first and the major claim, I'll just remove this. Okay, I'll keep it over here. So if you want to copy. Now let's understand the claims of the product. First claim, very important claim. Organic. How many of you have bought a product which is like, it said it's organic and all of those, or you have trusted a brand because it is said to be organic? Or if anyone can tell me, what do you mean organic? Like, according to you, what organic means? Yes, Kalpana. I'll just unmute you, I think. Yes.
Okay, sure. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. What I feel organic, which means that it doesn't include any insecticide-based background, like the manure which is kept in plant-based ingredients should not be that kind. Like manure should be organic. Then only
Right.
it becomes organic. I feel that. So I think any skincare product can never be organic in my feeling. I think that. So if
Absolutely
anyone
correct.
says, yeah.
Yes, continue.
So I feel that those people who are saying they can use the word natural, if they are using plant-based ingredient, they can claim the product to be plant-based, but it's again mixed plant-based, because many ingredients, whichever we want to make, many times we are not knowing the fully background of that thing. TD and data sheet, we are not knowing completely. Right now, we are getting many ingredients which they show that they are plant-based, but as they are synthetically made, they're made in labs and they use some ingredients which are needed to make them, which those ingredients are actually not natural. So we
Right.
can't claim anything to be like that.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, sure.
So organic, to be very honest, it has nothing to do with skincare. In fact, if you even have a product which is not organic, it is going to work the same way. I'll just mute. Okay. It is going to work the same way any other non-organic skincare product is supposed to be, like, working onto your skin. Organic products, ingredients are those ingredients. Now over here, when I say ingredients, they are the raw materials that are used to make skincare product. Now those raw materials, when herbs, for example, they are organically sourced. All the When while growing those herbs, there is no use of synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and during the process there is no synthetic or chemical, like toxic chemical based fertilizers and all that is being used. Those are organic. However, apart from certain products like oil based serum, which is completely natural, that you can make, or one or like lip balm, it can be completely organic as well. But apart from just one or two products, no other product can be 100% organic. Certain herbs, even when you'll be looking at forest essential ingredients list, dots, like they mention only these are the oils or these are the ingredients that are organically certified. Any company that claims that their ingredients are organic, they have to produce an organic certificate. No other companies can claim to be organic until unless they are not certified. Unfortunately, this is the only way for us to know whether the product is organic or not, is via the certification. Generally speaking, go out in the market, you will find two baskets of apples. You might not know which basket is organic based apples, which are organically grown, or which are non-organically grown. So same case, same way in skincare. if any brand says that they are organic, the first thing is ask for certification. Now, if they are actually certified, they will themselves show the certification, check their website or anything. If they do not ask for the certification, if they do not give you the certification, do not buy from them, because they do not know what they are doing. It is just as a marketing purpose. Second important word, very common, I mean, these days I am seeing, is chemical free or free of chemicals. Guys, we are actually like a chalta firta chemical ka body. Trust me, we are nothing but made up of thousands of different chemicals. The water that you're drinking is actually chemical. 2 oxygen of hydrogen, H2, yeah, and 1 oxygen of 1 molecule of oxygen and 2 molecules of hydrogen. It is also a chemical. There are like thousands and thousands and thousands of chemicals in our body also. Your brain is nothing but a chemical reaction that is taking place again and again and again. Similarly, your herbs, your plant, I mean, this is what you also learn, phytochemicals, plant-based chemicals, the thing that work onto your skin are nothing but chemicals. If any company is claiming it to be chemical free, trust me, don't buy from them. Don't even yourself claim yourself to be chemical free. Absolutely wrong. You do not know again what you are doing. Rather, you can claim it as a non-toxic chemicals is what we use, or without any toxic chemicals. Chemicals can be toxic, can be non-toxic. It is a toxic chemicals that we are against. But if you are talking about any product that is chemical free, trust me, it's wrong. Glycerine soaps, like the normal melt and pour soaps. Now, glycerine soaps, do you know the glycerine is actually a byproduct of a process called saponification. When we mix oil and anything with a high pH, just give me 1 minute. I'm so sorry. Okay, I am so sorry. Yeah. So you can call it as non-toxic, but at chemical free, free of chemicals. Now, the other famous one is natural. What is natural? Now, unfortunately, this definition is very vague, but there are 4 kinds of, like majorly 3 kinds of natural that we can talk about. Either it could be natural or naturally derived. Natural is one which is pure natural. It is directly used, like, we get it from for example, carrier oil. Now, carrier oil are natural. There is no chemical change that is taking place in it. It's like, we press a fruit, the oil that comes out, that is a natural, like coconut water. We get it from coconut. It is a natural ingredient. It's direct from the nature. Carrier oils, yes, we are pressing down the seed, but the oil is already in there. We are just giving it some kind of a process to extract that oil from the nature. But there is no chemical reaction or chemical change that is taking place within that ingredient. So that is natural. Then there is something called naturally derived. Again, this is one of the most vague thing, but most of the people bank on this is what is naturally derived. Like, for example, Oliver 1000. It can be natural and it can be called as naturally derived. What happens is we extract some of the ingredients, some of the raw ingredients from nature. That ingredient then goes down in a process, and while during that process there is some kind of a chemical change that is happening, and ultimately you get a product. Now, the raw ingredient to make that chemical process is natural, but there's some change, and the final product again can be either natural or naturally derived in a way. So Oliver 1000, all of these preservatives, all of these functional ingredients, solubilizers, people call it as natural, that our product is natural, like after using these ingredients, is basically they are naturally derived. Some of the ingredients can pose, like can be like some of them are really very good. They are eco certified. They are not, they are safe to the environment as well. They are safe to your skin as well. Some of the ingredients might pose, like because of the chemical change, because of that, it might pose a threat to your sustainable thing as well. It might to your nature as well, to your environment. So this is completely in, like, between the lines. It completely depends on you whether you would want to use this, or like people consider some of the ingredients as natural, or naturally derived. For example, oleum 300, which is a solubilizer, but it contains a little bit of other ingredients also, which, like, it is in the thin line, like, you can consider it as naturally derived or it is completely synthetic. So that depends on completely on you whether you would want to put it into a natural bracket or naturally derived bracket. Then comes synthetic natural. Synthetic natural is basically the molecule, the product is found, like ingredient is found in nature, but it is then replicated in labs. For example, citric acid. Citric acid is actually natural in a way, but because of the demand, there's so much of demand of citric acid that the nature is not able to fulfill. The same molecule is then replicated in the labs. So it is synthetic natural. Now, again, it depends. Some people consider citric acid as natural, while some people do not consider citric acid as synthetic. So it completely depends on you. How do you want to derive that natural thing? But it is only the carrier oils, water, and herb infusions that you use. They're completely, absolutely natural. Apart from that, everything else lies in a gray area. Then, okay, I have written down some of the. If you have any claim that you would want me to talk about, I can do that as well. Okay. Then another thing that I want to talk to you about is a myth, or it's I don't know what it's called, but many people say that if you cannot eat it, you cannot apply it. Absolutely incorrect. Please do not believe in that. Aloe vera, one of the basic examples I'll give you is aloe vera. You all know aloe vera is really, really, really very great for the skin. But if you eat it, if you eat aloe vera, I am so sure you're going to spend lots and lots of your days in washroom. Aloe vera, as much as it is good for your skin, as much as it is good for your constipation, constipation also, high level of constipation that you have, it is a medicinal herb that is used to solve constipation. But generally, if you eat aloe vera normally, you will be spending your days in washroom. So you cannot eat it, but you can still apply onto your skin. There are lots of ingredients that you cannot eat it, but you can still apply onto your skin. There are lots of ingredients that you cannot apply onto your skin, but you can eat it. It's vice versa. So please do not go with the notion that if you cannot eat it, or if it's not good for your consumption, that means you cannot apply it onto your skin. Most of the carrier oils, except for certain, olive oil and sunflower and all, you have around 300 to 400 types of carrier oils. You cannot eat all of them. You cannot eat it, but they are good for your skin. Essential oils, you cannot consume them. They are really very bad for your your entire body. It is only good for your skin. So please, please, please do not ever go through the notion. Any brand who claims that, do not believe them. They do not know what they're talking about. Then comes vegan. Now, vegan is any product, any ingredient that is derived from animals. It might be also by not killing the animal, but it is just derived by animals. For example, milk. While getting milk from an animal, we are not killing the animal, but milk is an animal-based product. We are getting that milk from an animal. Vegan will not ever consider this. For vegan, everything is plant-based. When it comes to beeswax, because we get beeswax from bees, it is an animal or an insect-based thing. It is not considered in vegan. So vegan is completely plant-based, mineral-based, elemental-based, nothing related to animals. If you think, now over here, when it comes to vegan, let me give you a few other examples. I'm writing it down over here. Stearic acid. Stearic acid is one ingredient like that we use it in our skincare products for thickener. Like I said earlier, the luxuriousness and everything. That is one of the major ingredients that we use is stearic acid. You must have also read a lot about stearic acid in the ingredients list. So stearic acid is one ingredient that before this plant-based and vegan and all, for the most of the time, stearic acid was extracted, like was sourced from whale's stomach, like whale, the fish. It is extracted from the whale stomach or from animal's fat. It is right now, after lots of information out there and all, that we get stearic acid from plant like coconut, kokum, palm trees. So we source it from there. So stearic acid is one such ingredient again that, depending on what manufacturer you have, depending on whenever a brand is considering it to be a vegan, they need to know all of these things as well. So stearic acid is one thing which can be vegan, which cannot be vegan. It's both of the thing. Second thing is your gelatin, any of your gelling agent. Then what you have is collagen. Collagen is like normal collagen is actually a fish-based thing again, or a animal-based thing again. Most of the collagen is basically what we also have in our body. We get it majorly, like only animals majorly also have collagen in a way, like actually made ready-made collagen. I will be getting into collagen as well later on as to what exactly. Somebody said plant-based collagen. Let me just get back to you on that when I'll be talking about collagen. But all of these are majorly animal sourced. So all of these are like, you need to understand, like, when somebody's making these claims, ask them where it's sourced from. Like, they should be knowing all of these things. Then comes preservative free. Preservative free, as I have mentioned earlier, there is nothing like preservative free, especially if it contains aqua. Aqua is the inky name, INCI, inky name of water. So if any of a product contains aqua, it contains hydroxyl, it contains humectants like hyaluronic acid or anything, it should contain a preservative. The preservative might not be falling under the preservatives under some of the rules and regulations, but it still does. Then comes collagen. Okay, collagen, let me tell you, all of the collagen creams won't work. The molecule size of the collagen that we apply on our skin, collagen is basically found in the dermis area. There's nothing to do on the upper layer. Yes, it helps in moisturizing the skin. That is another thing. But the collagen basically helps in reducing the aging process. It helps in keeping your skin tight. It helps in reducing of fine lines and wrinkles. What collagen it's supposed to do, like the skincare that product claims to be, unfortunately most of the collagen won't work. It is only the molecules, nano collagen is what we get in the market, and that is not what is used in the handmade skincare industry. And only few companies or brands use nano collagen, because only nanoparticles are able to go within the skin layers, beneath the skin layers. So all of the collagen creams won't ever work on your skin. It will moisturize your skin, it is going to hydrate your skin, but it is not going to work on your skin. So if you're using a collagen based product, if you are wanting to make buy a collagen based product, or if you're wanting to make a collagen based product, please don't do it. It is not going to work. Collagen can be only, like, the best way to induce that collagen is by edibles, spinach, green leafy vegetables. If you're not a vegetarian, then plant, meat, animal based meat also helps in increasing the collagen. If you're a vegetarian like me, if you're a vegan, then green leafy vegetables, if apart from that, tomatoes, legumes, all of these things will help in increasing the collagen. directly after, like, after eating them. That is, and collagen is not just found in your skin. Your collagen is found everywhere throughout the body. Even you will find collagen in your bones. So it is one of the building blocks of our body. So our body and not just our skin requires collagen. So by using these edible items, you can increase this induction of, like, induced collagen in your skin as well. Please do not use any collagen based products. It does not work. I'll be getting to it, Maitri, about the carbopool as gelling agent. I've written it down over here. Then, okay, now let's come to some of the products and other things. Creams for oily skin. If you have an oily skin, if you have an acne prone skin, if somebody is selling you a cream is nothing as, like, normal cream, please don't buy it. Please don't believe in the brand. I know one mistake, never to, like, in this cancelled environment, but they do not know what they are doing. If it were me, I would never sell a cream based product to an anti-acne, like a person who has lots of acne. If you are somebody who has an oily face, if you are somebody who has an acne based, like, regular breakouts of acne, a good serum, water based serum will work, hyaluronic acid based serum will work, gels will work with the same herbs. But if you're buying cream for that, please don't. You are just giving more food to the bacteria. You are just making your skin much, much, much worse. So cream for oily skin, please don't. Serums. This is one of the amazing things. Now, serums, it is a big thing these days. Like, I have seen people selling serums and buying, like, people buying serums for like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rupees also. Like small 10 ml of bottle, 20 ml of bottle. And it is known as, like, radiant serum and all of those things. Let me tell you guys, serums are no different product. This, like, I like marketing when it comes to bigger brands. Serums are just any random product. You put it in a small bottle, you just give it. It's like, I keep saying it to people. All of the skincare products are 99% marketing. Guys, if you can just mute your. 99% marketing, 1% product. All of your skincare products, walking down the aisle, you're going to find thousands of skincare products. All of them are 99% marketing, 1% product. Even when you are selling it, making it at home, let me tell you all, like many of the times I have seen, especially when my background is in advertising, like my background is in marketing and advertising. I have worked for companies like Kapiva, Ayurveda, and all of those. And I have been working as a marketing professional over there. So I know what happens. Now, many a times, I'm not saying that Kapiva does it, but the other brands that I have seen doing it, if the product is not working, if the product is not going off the shelf, you can just take that product, change the brand, change the label, change the claim of the product, and you can just sell the same product under a different name. That is it. Like most of the product is 99% marketing, 1% product. When it comes to serum is a marketing thing and not a product thing. So tomorrow, if you're looking to buy the serum, I would suggest what actives does that serum contain. You can actually use it, use those herbs, use those things at home. Please you do not need to invest so many amount of rupees when you are buying a serum. Serum is nothing but a cream or a lotion or a gel or a toner, which is just termed as serum. Serum is not a different product in a way. You just have set products. Like I said, when we learned about 4 categories of product, all of your product are made with oil, water, different kinds of actives. It is the different actives that you change is what actually matters, like what actives are present. But all of your product is either going to contain oil or water or both of them, and it contains preservatives, emulsifiers. If it's a cleansing agent, it contains like body wash or face wash. It contains like surfactants and all. But all of your product are made by combination of this oil plus water plus emulsifier. You will get creams and lotions. Oil, water plus gelling agent, you will get gels. But you just have set products, and now because you cannot sell the same product again and again, like you, how many times, like this cream, that cream, so and so cream, to make it much more appealing to the masses, to make it much more appealing to you all, that hey, you're missing this. That is where new and new names come up into picture. This is entire marketing gimmick. So like I said, please, you do not need to invest so much amount of money in in buying serums and all. Rather, you can actually, like, you do not even need that much of hyaluronic acid, like glycerine, aloe vera, all of these works the same thing. Honey works in the same way. Hyaluronic acid, just that it gives a good feel to the product as well. It is definitely, I mean, you can make it at home as well. Just get my hyaluronic acid powder from Amazon. And for the longest period of time, I'll be coming to that, like, why buy them when you can make them? But you can actually use it for longest period of time in the areas like propendial. Yes, exactly. Like, you do not need to like buy all of these things, like so I these days I see, like, first you use a face wash, then you use a scrub, then there is some kind of a serum 1, serum 2, then there is some kind of cream, then there is some kind of a sunscreen and all. There are like 10 different products. No, you do not need them. You just need one product to clean your skin, one product, like things to remove from your skin, one or at max two. Guys, can you just mute? Okay. One product to just clean your skin, one product to just, like, at max 2 products to add to your skin, like toner and gel for oily skin, toner and a cream for you don't even need sometimes a toner or something like that, or you don't need a cream anyway. If you have a dry skin, you just need one cream which will have all of the actives, and sunscreen is a must. So yes, coming back to serums, you do not need so many products. You do not need serum 1, serum 2, serum 3. Trust me, whatever your skin needs can be fit into these 3 products itself. You do not need so many products. Then comes, okay, somebody was asking me as a Carbopol, Carbomer, all of these are synthetic. You have amazing gelling agents. These are basically gelling agents. You have amazing gelling agents which are natural, biodegradable, plant-based. You can use those like CMC, carboxymethyl cellulose. Cellulose is a gelling agent itself, like it's biodegradable, it is naturally derived. So you can use these. You do not need to use, because I'll tell you why. Carbopool and Carbomer require something called TEA. You will find this in your skincare list again. This is one of the worst toxic chemical. I would never want you all to use it. Like it helps in also, like, managing the pH of your product and all. But please, if you find any of your product containing TEA, please don't use it, because it's one of the toxic ingredients. It's absorbed by the skin as well. It's an like cancer inducing agent as well. Now here is again the thing. Many of the ingredients directly, they might not be, like, formaldehyde is one of the ingredients. Formaldehyde is one of the ingredients that is banned by the like FDA. Before, we used to use formaldehyde in many different ingredients, like many different places, but it's now banned. Now what is happening is, there are certain ingredients which do not directly have formaldehyde, but they release formaldehyde after mixing up with other different ingredients. Like TEA is one of the ingredients that after mixing it with water and everything, when we apply to our skin, there are certain components, that are certain chemicals that are present in our skin, and after the chemical reaction with those chemicals, formaldehyde is released within your skin. So some of the times it is not directly but indirectly that these ingredients might pose a threat. Then comes sunscreen. Like, Sunscreen is a huge question mark. If you ask me, should I use sunscreen or should I not use sunscreen? Better to use a sunscreen. Now, sunscreen, again, it's a huge science altogether when it comes to sunscreen, but better to use a sunscreen than not to use a sunscreen and then taking like it. You might not understand its ramifications right now, but later on, as you age, your skin will become pigmented. Yes, chances of getting skin cancer would be higher. So depends on you. Whether you would want, like, it is completely personal choice in a way. If you're not a person who do not go out, like me, I do not go out much. I would stay at home in a way. So I would not want to use a sunscreen. Like, sunscreen is also needed when you are at home. Like, sun rays are everywhere. But I personally do not use it. But I would make my mom use it, because as soon as she just goes out, immediately within 2 minutes, her face would be like red, like completely flushed. So she requires it. The SPF when it comes to sunscreen is based on how fast is your skin reacting to the sun. It is not the potency of the sunscreen. For example, my mom, within 2 minutes, she just reacts, that reaction comes fast. So when I'm using SPF 30 or SPF 50, that means now she has 30 minutes or 1 hour more to get that reaction from the sun. If I'm using SPF 70, so it is like, the time taken by a skin to be like reacted by the sun rays is that SPF. So it is not the potency or anything. It is just that sunscreen SPF is based on your skin, your personal skin. So for me, SPF 30 will also be fine, because my skin is resilient in a way. It doesn't it can bear that much of sun rays initially. So some of the ingredients in sunscreen are still in question mark, whether they can, they induce cancer. Now, if you use, then also you have cancer. If you do not use, then also you have cancer. So this is completely depend on you. If you do not want pigmented skin in the later stages of life, then I would always suggest you to use sunscreen. Apart from that, there are various other issues also that takes place, like DNA mutations and all of those things, um, aging and all of those things that takes place because of sun rays are one of the major reasons why you have skin conditions. Dry skin is also one of the major reasons is sun. So sunscreen is a great thing if you would want to use it. Now, another important thing is pigmented skin, pigmented products, anti-pigmented products. Let me tell you that. Brightening creams, skin lightening creams, anti-pigmentation. And now I know pigmentation is one of the major causes when it comes to people after 35, 40 years of age, because that is when the skin starts showing the appear, whatever has been gone through in our younger days. That is when our skin starts showing these signs of pigmentation and all. Unfortunately, pigmentation is not a skin related issue. It is only hardly few of the times it is a skin related issue. And that also issue can only, one of the major issue can be it is solved by using sunscreen. But apart from that, if a person has a pigmentation, if you have a pigmentation, the anti-pigmentation is not going to work. And if it's going to work, it is using harsh chemicals like hydroquinone, allantoin, some of the other, I am forgetting one more, which was tributene or something like that, which is again FDA it has disapproved it. So it is really going to, in order to solve the problem of pigmentation, you are harming the rest of your skin. But when it comes to pigmentation is basically because of the hormonal changes. It could be either because of your menstruation problems, menstruation problems, pregnancy. Melasma is caused majorly during pregnancy. If not, menopause when it comes to women. These are the issues. When it comes to men, also lots of issues regarding your other hormones. Apart from that, your kidney or liver, either one of those two is like going through a problem, and that is why you see patches of dark skin on your skin or like on your face and your body. So first thing, whenever you have problems of pigmentation, whenever you have patches of this dark skin, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to talk to your doctor. Family doctor, normal general physician is also fine. Dermatologist is a great person. There is a thin line between taking care of a skin regularly and going to a dermatologist. There is special doctor for a skin, and first remove all of the things. Okay, my kidney, my liver, or my hormonal thing in my body is fine, and then your final resort would be using a cream which is suitable for your skin. That also, it is not going to completely change the skin pigmentation. It is just going to manage it. It is just going to, like, we remove the top, exfoliate the top skin so that the shade lighter shows and everything like that. So when it comes to anti-pigmented skin, please, this is one of the major things that I tell to people. Always first consult your doctor. You may never know what problem is taking place within your body. Your skin, because it is on the upper side, because everybody and you can see it, that is the only thing that we see. Many of the issues might be taking place within your body. The only thing is the symptoms are being shown onto your skin. Many of your skin condition is also not related to your skin. It is related to some of the imbalances that is taking place within your body. So the first thing that you're going to do is talk to your doctor, eliminate all those reasons, and then come to skincare. So absolutely, like food intake is one of the ways that you can actually take care of your skin, as Maitri says. So this is it. These are some of the claims. If you have any other claims that you would want to talk about, okay, let me talk to you about something called, like I said, I am very bad at names. I might be dyslexic also, I don't know. But phthalates. Now, phthalates is one of the ingredients that has become very famous right now as well. PHA, phthalates or something. Now, this is the ingredient that you find in your fragrances, deodorants, any of the synthetic phthalates, synthetic based phthalates. Thank you so much, Maitri. So this is the ingredient that you find it in your fragrances, in your other products as well. Like nowadays, it has been like a big news when it comes to the sanitary napkins of women as well. So let me tell you how also the marketing, like how these things work when it comes to sanitary napkins. But this is one of the things that that causes cancer when it comes in contact. It is absorbed by the skin and all. Most of the fragrances that use it contains phthalates. So if you are wanting to make, nowadays we get fragrances without the phthalates. Unfortunately, in India, many of the ingredients we do not find them easily. If you are making one, or any of the skincare industry also will not talk about it later on. I know only Mama Earth is one such brand. If you really want to, like, buy any of the skincare products like Kama Ayurveda, Forest Essentials, I mean, after doing research about them, I am surprised and I'm shocked. Mama Earth is one of those brands which actually talks about it. I mean, over there also I have, in fact, I hope I have it. Oh yes, I have it. So if you can see Mama Earth's thing, products, they have also written products with natural ingredients may change color, but does not change their effectiveness. Mama Earth is only one such that it contains IFRA certified allergen-free fragrances. So if you want to buy, Mama Earth is one of the great brands that you can buy. Yes, some of the ingredients I might not but I think this is a shampoo. So they are using a lot of these things, potassium sorbate and sodium phenoxyethanol and all. They are being using it. I would personally not use it. We have, why use these ingredients when we have a better choice? But when it comes to mass production, even expensive, like even the costing is required, like to like, all of these products which are mass produced, you will get them at a cheaper rate as compared to handmade products. So if to get that cost low, the ingredients cost also matters. So that is why like phenoxy, parabens, as compared to other different ingredients, these are lost, like, cost effective. So one of the reasons why they might be using this is like because of the cost. But apart from that, if you're really wanting to buy it, it's not completely natural, but they actually tell you that they are like right to your face. So phthalates are one such ingredients that you might want to like, not want to use if you are using any of the fragrance based thing. If not, the company itself will tell you that they are phthalate free fragrances in a way. So when it comes to these days, I mean, I don't know if you have read that there is a news that is going on, is that phthalates are found in the sanitary napkins. Now, this is where the marketing or the news that comes into is like shunning all of these sanitary napkins and all of those things. But in actual, it is found that that phthalate was around 1% or less than 1% ppb. Now you have something called ppm, that is part per million. That means this percentage is in a million grams, how much of that phthalate is used. This is part per billion. Like in billion grams is that much of phthalate that is used. That comes to around 0.0000. There were around 5 zeros or 5 or 6 zeros, 7, 2, 3 or something like that. This is like the negligible percentage that is used or that is found. And we make a huge cry, like, you cry about this. So this is where you need to be, I'm not saying that phthalates are bad, but this is how news, marketing agencies, and these days social media, everybody is going to talk about it a lot, like something, make it a big, like, big you and cry about it, but the actual truth remains something else only. So please, please, please do your research, do your own thing when it comes to skincare, skin ingredients, even dieting, even eating to that matter. Your body is different than others, your skin is different than others. Please listen to your body, please listen to your skin, and do a little bit of research on that. And saying this, I end this now. Before, like, ending the entire webinar, I do want to go through, like, I have a course based on plant-based skincare, which talks about, I'll just share, I'm so sorry, I'll just end this over here. You might not be interested, but I hope you can just go through a little bit of like what I teach in my plant-based skincare. Now, when you're using skin and skincare products and everything you require, you need to understand herbs like that. And that's another thing that I want to talk about is you cannot just mix random herbs and you can call it a product. I have seen so many people like randomly using, like, this is a cream with rose and hibiscus and green tea and ashwagandha and thousands of herbs put together and named it as a product. Like, one person will make 10 different products. I keep telling this to my students as well. Just have limited products, but make sure that the combination of herbs that you are using works on your skin. Not all herbs are going to work onto the skin. Sometimes they are also going to harm your skin as well. If the herbs do not work, which is good, they are not doing anything. They are not even good for you. They are not even bad for you. But many a time, certain combination of herbs can actually prove bad to you. For example, I will never use that much of turmeric when it comes to dry skin, because you do not know that turmeric's energy is energetic, is drying in nature. Apply the turmeric and you yourself will find it drying. I would rather use a different herb which has the same properties, like turmeric is known as anti-inflammatory, it is known for anti-pigmentation. I would rather use licorice and other ashwagandha or something like that for dry skin. So you need to understand the knowledge of herbs also. There is altogether a different science for understanding your herbs also. So even when you are choosing to use herbs for your skin, please understand when you cannot use that herb. It's okay if you do not know when to use that herb, but understanding the safety of that herb is also really very important. So my course is called, I'll just, okay, why is this not going away? Okay, so my course is called Plant-Based Skincare Specialist. So if it contains 3 modules. The first module is Art and Science of Herbalism, wherein you will be understanding all about herbs, very important herbal science, phytochemicals. You can actually make extracts at home. You do not need to buy extracts which are expensive in nature from the market. You can actually make your own herbal extracts at home. You just require certain ingredients and the herbs that you find based on the science and research, like phytochemicals, what we are extracting. The extraction name itself means we are extracting something. What are we extracting? These are the extraction. We are extracting phytochemicals. It is these phytochemicals that is going to work onto your skin. Vitamin A, vitamin B, all of the vitamins, all of the herbs, they are nothing but phytochemicals. So knowledge of these phytochemicals is required for you to understand what does your skin need and doesn't need. And we'll be making our own herbal extracts. Then comes skincare, very important. If you also want to just not make it but buy also for your skin, you need to understand what is oily skin, what are blackheads, what are what are dry skin. As I said earlier, your dry skin is not because of sebaceous gland but because of skincare barrier. Please, if you have some time, just found if you have a dry skin, just look up the skin barrier. You will be able to understand why that is important. And then we'll be learning about skin conditions. And once we understand all of these skin conditions and all, that is when we'll be able to choose the right kind of product and right kind of herbs for our skin and skincare. And finally, ingredients, will be making our own skincare products. If you do not I gave you the art, the 4 categories of herbs, 4 categories of ingredients, which is your actives, foundational, aesthetics. They are natural. You can take care of them just generally, normally. And if not, if you want to make a product which you want to sell, which you want to store it for a longer period of time, then you can also add functional ingredients. But using them, replacing them, you can actually replicate whatever ingredient. Like if you have a good a product that you find it in your skincare, or if a brand certain product is what you like, you want to convert it into a plant-based product, or you want to convert it into the way you would want, you can do that. So by just understanding these ingredients and the herbs that you when we'll be learning the herbalism module. And then formulation, like I said earlier, what a product is for a consumer, a formulation is for a skincare formulator. So there are certain theories of formulation that you will be going through, and then this is now, like I said, once you understand all of these ingredients, you understand your carrier oils and herbs, you can actually create all of the products that you get in skincare market, except for sunscreen. I will never ever ask you to make sunscreen at home. Sunscreen requires a different kind, different level of testing and everything. Please do not even buy sunscreen from a normal brand. These days we have indie brands. So do not even buy sunscreen from them. Apart from that, you can buy sunscreens from everywhere, like the branded one. But apart from that, name any product and you will be able to make them once you understand the formulation. All of the ingredient, we have different plants as well. One of the things that I get is like my course is expensive in nature. It might be a little bit expensive in nature, as I have tried as much as possible to reduce that thing on you. It might be really expensive in a way, but you can pay via installments as well. One of the reasons why it's expensive is because there is too much of detail. This will be taking 6 months, like 4 to 6 months for you all to go through. So it's a 6 months course, yes, once a week. So it depends on you whether you want to have a self-paced or you want to have a self-paced plus live. All of the details are present in this. So if you would want to go through, if you are interested, then I'll share the details of this course in the group that I've created. And if you have any questions or anything, you can just I'll open the group for everybody. So if you want to be in touch with me or anything, you can definitely ask me a question over there. And hopefully I can reply you, like allow me like 1 or 2 days for me to reply to you, but I'll be definitely answer you that. Let me just show you how does like, so this is how the course is. It's detailed in a way, like everything is there. Now, apart from that, this is something I've been working on for a long time. It's some parts are open. This is like a database. These are all your functional ingredients. What is Olivem 1000? Olivem 1000 is an emulsifier. It can be also worked as a surfactant in some of the areas. The in-key name of Olivem 1000 is citral olivate or sorbitan olivate, both of them together. Now, many a times your ingredients list might not say Olivem 1000, but it will say citral olivate and sorbitan olivate. So this is how you need to understand why does NK name is also very important for you all to know. What is a type of ingredient? It's an emulsifier. If you want to know more about emulsifiers, I hope, yes, this is all about emulsifiers. There are types of emulsifiers and everything. So this is from the ingredient standpoint. Then if you want to know more about herbs, there is something called herbal actions. Every herb has its own herbal action. Based on these herbal actions is what we choose our herbs. Phytochemicals, again, based on these phytochemicals is how we choose our herbs. Like what herbs, like flavonoids, what does it do to our skin? Apart from that, we have carrier oils. Every carrier oil will have its own different thing. So this might be filled or not filled. Yes, it's filled. So apricot oil. So what does it, apricot kernel oil stands for? Where can we use, where can we not use? So each and everything, each and every ingredient is all interconnected. For oily skin, you might require certain herb. Certain herbs have some phytochemicals. Some phytochemicals are suitable for oily skin. So everything is interconnected. So first thing is you know certain things, your skin, there are certain facts that you need to just learn. Then you need to understand some processes, and then after knowing and understanding these processes, then you need to apply whatever knowledge you have gone through, formulate certain things, and then finally come to the final formulation. So if you want, I'll share all of these, like the details of this course in the group. You can just let me know. And if there are any questions regarding the course, regarding the webinar that we had, you can definitely ask me in the course itself, group itself. So thank you so much for just going through this. Now, if you have any questions. Any questions? Course fee, Prajakta, it's a huge thing. Like if you, I'll just share it over here also. Basically, there are two. One is self-paced and one is self-paced plus live. Even in self-paced, you have the complete amount, which is at around 10,000. And then there is a early bird offer, which is at 7,000. If you cannot pay the whole amount, then you can pay via installments. There are lots of options that you have. I would suggest you better go through the entire document, like the website, for understanding the course fee also in a better way. I'll just add it into the, I'll add the course page into the group as well. So anything else? Thank you all so much for this. I hope this more, like, this webinar has given you a little bit of insight in the skincare world. And please, before buying any skincare product, do good research. Please do not buy skincare products which claims to be organic, natural, vegan, but do not understand their ingredients well. Better not to buy them. It's okay. Your skin can, like, your skin can be better without using these products, but rather than using these products and then damaging your skin, it is better not to use them. So thank you all so much. And okay, one more thing. If you have liked the webinar, what if there's something that you have liked about the webinar in particular, please do drop down that particular message in the group. It would be really helpful for me. Now, I'm not more of a marketing person. You must have seen from my Plants Academy Instagram page, but these things might just help me if there's something I can do much better. If there's some other topic that you would want me to talk about, like, have a webinar about also that you would want to know in detail, do drop down in the group, the WhatsApp group, and I'll surely check it out also. Thank you so much.